Did you guys watch the patch 1.4 live streams? Because hey, spoiler warning, no new characters are coming out. Well, no new 5-stars are coming out for patch 1.4. Not that we know of. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Personally, I'm like 50-50. On one hand, I can save money, my bank account will be happy. On the other, less characters to play around with. But one thing is certain, MiHoYo confirmed that the limited characters, they're coming back. So in patch 1.4, we're going to get Venti as well as Child. For the last couple of weeks, especially for those that follow leaks, rumors, you guys have asked which characters I recommend and I can really back. Before a new character, there's always that initial hype, the trailers, you know, just ramping it up for the community. But hey, we don't got that right now because all these characters are of the past. We've had them for weeks, months. So let's talk about them. And which 3 characters I highly... Now, this is just my opinion, my preference. The first character, in no particular order, is not going to be Venti just yet. I want to talk about fucking Zhongli. Hell, dude, patch 1.3 changed him. He got buffed out the ass. I play this guy. I carry this guy around everywhere, dude. I carry this guy, like, in my arms. Zhongli... Hutao, I'm sorry, dude. Excuse me. Since 1.3 release, Zhongli has been with me everywhere. And let me just show you guys. Level 80. Look at his stats, man. One of the biggest reasons why I love Zhongli and the second character that I'm going to talk about today is because they don't need a lot of investment when it comes to whether resin, Mora, gear. This is how I stream my Zhongli. People ask me all the time, why is his stats so low? Where the heck is his weapon? I'm using a 1-star level 1 weapon. Of course, I'm going to treat him better. I'm going to get him to level 90 after this video. I'm going to get him a nice weapon, get it to level 90 and shit. Artifact sets don't even matter for me, like the set bonuses, because of the way I built him, which is pretty much for support, for that buffing, debuffing, and that shield support, baby. We'll talk about that. My talents are 6, 6, 7. I want to get this up. I want to get this up. Yeah, I'm going to give him way more love. But even right now, with my artifacts, I think it is, what? This was like at 10 when I first began 1.3. And just going with HP, HP, HP. Pretty much just full-on support. Even though I haven't maxed out the long D, I mean the long schlong, I still... Yeah, the shield is insane. It's so good. His ult cooldown short, energy cost pretty low, and has that CC. I love this passive right here, where HP pretty much, having HP buffs everything. So your HP substats, they're not going to waste at all. C1, sure, it's okay, but I really want C2. Because I don't really use his ult, even though it's up all the time. Because right now my Zhongli is quite naked, right? Like, he has a level 1 weapon, a 1-star weapon. With Constellation 2, I can start slamming with his elemental burst and also generate shield as well. That is really efficient. I love that. Even though I love Zhongli, I would not go for like Constellation 4, 5, 6. I just want to get 2 so that when I ult, I get a shield. When I hold his elemental skill, I get a shield. That is really convenient. And yeah, this one is nice as well. But hey, man, he's already like doing so well with the current content, keeping me alive. Knockbacks or interruptions, you don't have to fucking worry about that shit. Of course, you still want to like dodge, right? I could just reflect this as well. Easy peasy. Boom! Still got that shield up. And then after I get Zhongli's shield, I would go into like Sing Shu. And then I would pop his elemental burst, elemental skill or something. Go back into Hutao and her elemental skill is back up. But anyways, yo, Zhongli, dude, the shield is just, yeah. It's useful everywhere. It would help so much for mobile players.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah. Some nights I get some Mickey D's for late night snacks. Next morning I got the Mickey poop, and I take my phone with me because I'm about to be resin capped. So when I'm playing on my mobile device, Zhongli and that shield is just so useful. And I'm like only talking about his shields. His damage, his ult damage, his normal and charge attacks are after patch 1.3 even more amazing. Alright? So you can use him as main DPS bruiser, however the fuck you want to use him. And one more thing. He is the S tier of... And the next character, once again, in no particular order, that makes the the game a joke. I don't use this guy too often. Yeah, it's our boy, Venti. Now, don't let his looks fool you. This guy is not soft. Massive pouch down there. The reason why I don't use this guy is because he breaks the game, dude. Like, it's like using a cheat code. It just makes the game so easy. So I don't really use Venti. And when I do use him in those guide videos to just clump up units, I do have like these level 0 Verdescent Descent is broken and Venti's broken, so it's a good combination. For his weapon, I'm using an R1 level 1 sacrificial bow. Why am I using this again? The reason I do this is because after his black hole expires, I want those guys to be the opponents to be alive and healthy so that I can go over there and display characters, new characters like Ganyu or Xiao. What I'm trying to say is, ladies and gents, is okay, I should put some more points, but once again, dude, this is 3 plus 3 from the constellations, and this is 6 without the constellations, so I don't really put a lot of love into this guy. Not because I don't like Venti, but once again, he tears it up as is, dude. And look at this passive right here. Energy to Venti as well as the party mates after his ult. His ult is always up. Some people do roll with energy recharge because some of his weapons do come with energy recharges, but hey, even without it, this guy fucking rocks. Oh man, Constellation 1, I don't think it's worth. Like, oh man, like you fire off 2 more shots, but if you're like far out, the 2 other arrows, unless the target is massive, it's not gonna hit him. And I don't really use Venti to do charge attacks, dude. I just use his elemental burst and leave. Sometimes I use the elemental skill to get some energy, but that's pretty much it. His CC, the elemental burst, elemental skill CC is off the chains. Having him for Spiral Abyss, floor 11-2, it's just night and day difference. He just makes the game so easy with the CC and the damage, lowering resistance through the artifact set. You don't need the constellations, guys. This is good enough, okay? Any resistance being lowered below 0% is gonna get halved. Can it go even below 0%? Yes, it can. Is it gonna increase your damage? Yes, it will. But hey, dude, you shouldn't go after his constellations unless you really like this guy. Constellation 0 Venti is broken as is. The only reason most of the content creators have him as C6 is because he was the first limited character when the game launched, and we were just summoning in that banner. In the off chance that we got 50-50, we get other new characters, or the standard characters, which were new when the game launched. We were just trying to get our hands on them. But anyways, C0 is perfectly fine. Now, Zhongli and Venti, their support, and they can do damage as well. Like, great, insane damage. And they got CC. They got a lot of things. So what about the other limited characters? Like, there's Ganyu, there's Child, there is, well, the characters that I want to talk about is Child, Ganyu, and Hu Tao, and there is Klee. Now, there's Albedo as well. I mean, but I want to talk about these 4 right here because they have access to Melt, Vaporize, the best reaction in the game. Now, Xiao doesn't really need that. But the thing about these other characters, yes, you want to give them the best gear because they are damage. They are damage dealers. You want to give them the best gear. But I just feel like because of having access to the most powerful reaction in the game, even without it, they're powerful. But having access to that, if you are a little bit under-geared or maybe you're new to the game, you don't have a lot of resin spent throughout the months of playing, then it is easier to main these damage carries like Hu Tao or Ganyu. Like, especially for me, my preference is Ganyu because I can stay at a safe range. I don't mind using arrows. Bow users. I don't mind using that. And I do love her aesthetics. So yeah, you should also consider that as well. Child, he does do rapid attacks. The playstyle is fun, but if you don't have Constellation 6, even with Constellation 1, it does lower the cooldown. Constellation 1 is nice. Same with Ganyu's Constellation, Hu Tao. All their constellations are pretty good. But the thing about Child is you do have to juggle him in and out of his melee stance. So that is a playstyle issue that you may have or may not have. Maybe you do like that. Him being like a sub DPS. And also his attacks are really quick. He's not like a chunky damage dealer. So if you're trying to do some reactions, the normal charge attacks are not going to do like massive display of damage. Alright. Now Hu Tao charge attacks with Vaporize or Melt does do like fucking a lot of damage, dude. So Hu Tao is also buttery smooth to play. And even though like it's all around their elemental skill, I just feel that it's not really a big of an issue. Now Klee is adorable as hell. You got that baby face, the baby fat, but it's once again, it's all about like the aesthetics and the playstyle. She is pretty damn powerful, but you got to get up into that action, dude. Venti for me literally breaks the game, makes it too easy. Yes, he cannot like suck up all the big boys, but it still lowers the resistance and still deals damage. Zhongli is like literally used every day. He is so fucking useful. I cannot bench my Zhongli. And other than that, my third would be either Hu Tao or Ganyu. I love both of them aesthetically, gameplay wise, and their damage is fucking big PP. Now, of course, they're gonna be new 5 stars in 1.5, and they'll be added into this list later on. But for now, from what I know, from what I've played, and from what I've watched, these are the 3 characters that I really love. The 2 winners from this video, I have already picked them after 24 hours. As promised, I've already contacted them and I have already spoke to them. So yeah, we'll be doing more in the future. So make sure you guys stay tuned. If you like the content, once again, smack this video a like, subscribe, and let me know down below which characters you're looking forward to for the reruns. I'll see you guys in the next video. Your boy Zeal's out. Peace.